We are Cory and Wallace, an early retired couple on a full-time journey around the world. With a passion for exploring new cultures, discovering hidden gems, and enjoying delicious local food, we are on a mission to experience as much of the world as we can.
Good morning from Mexico City.
We are heading out to do a tour today. We've booked another tour through Get Your Guide, and we are going to go check out the, I believe, ancient Aztec temple of Teotihuacán. Probably pronouncing that wrong. I'll correct that later once I figure out how to actually say it properly. But we are just here on Paseo de la Reforma right now, walking towards our pickup point for our tour, which isn't too far from our Airbnb. And it's going to be a long day. I think it's going to be a total of about 8 or 9 hours today.
Yeah, it is surprisingly cold here. I think it's like 7 degrees at the moment, which is totally fine if you have all the clothes. We do not. So we're in like multiple layers.
We're layered up in pretty much all the warm stuff we've got today. But it should be a nice, clear, sunny day. But it's not going to get too hot. I think the highest you'll get today is 21 Celsius. So it is what it is. But yeah, anyways, let's get going. Our first stop here was only about a 15-minute bus ride, still within the city, and it's called Tlatelolco, and it is an old remnants of an Aztec pyramid. There were at 1.7 levels of pyramid, so I guess how the old Aztec civilization built the pyramids is, you know, they'd build a pyramid, and then once the king passed, they would, I'm not sure if they used it as a tomb and buried him there, and then they'd build another pyramid over top and over top and over top. So eventually they would build the pyramids up. So this one was 7 layers at one point, but when Cortez and the Spanish conquistadors came over, they basically, as far as I understand it, dismantled part of the pyramid and used it to build this church right there. We've hit our second stop on the trip, which is the Basilica de Guadalupe. Now, we've actually gone up the hill from that right now, and behind us is the Capilla del Cerrito, which means the chapel on the hill. This was built in 1666, and then down below, the old basilica was built in 1709, and then right next to it is a really shiny new basilica, which was actually built in 1976. So I guess it's not that shiny new, but it still looks pretty new on the inside. We've just done a quick loop through the inside of the new basilica. We've come up here to the viewpoint, and we're just going to wander around for a little bit.
And I believe I understood that the reason that the new basilica was built was because the old one was sinking, and you can definitely see that.
Yes, it's definitely a little crooked, and what our guide was saying is that the entire city sinks at a rate of about 50 centimeters a year, which is a lot. So you can clearly see this building is crooked. It is most definitely sinking. What'd you think of the inside though?
Oh, it's absolutely gorgeous on the inside, but now that we've seen so many churches built from the Spanish era or by the Spaniards, it does not shock me. They do know how to do absolutely beautiful buildings.
That's like the thing they did best, was build churches. So yeah, no big surprise there. Anyways, we are now heading back towards the bus and moving on to our next stop.
The plant is maguey, and the botanical name is agave, like tequila, like mezcal. When the plant is 8 years old, we have to cut the leaves of the center. Then this is the part of the leaves of the center. After, with help of this tool, we have to scrape only the center of the plant. When I scrape the center, the leaves that they are around, they are going to produce in the center a sweet water that we have to recollect it only one day to ferment it. And we have pulque. The process is very fast. The pulque contains only 4% of alcohol. And the pulque is considered like a natural and Mexican Viagra. My friends, I'm going to give you today's Mexican Viagra. This plant produces 4 liters in a day. 2 liters in the morning. We have to recollect it. We have to scrape again to the afternoon for 6 months. After the 6 months, the plant dies. When the plant dies, here with the leaves of the center, we have an important fiber. I'm going to show you the fiber. The name of the fiber is ishle. Ishle means resistant and strong. In the past time, they used this fiber to make blankets, ponchos, different textiles. Also, here we have an important paper. It was the first paper for writing.
Oh.
In this paper, they wrote codex and maps. The name of the paper is Michiote. I'm going to show you the paper. It's like a plastic, my friends. You can see here. The first paper for writing, like a papiro, like pergamino, something like this. I'm going to show you. And nowadays we use this paper to prepare a Mexican food. And the name is Michiote. We use the paper to rub it, like a tamal. The paper gives the flavor, is not to eat. Please, you can feel the material. And I have one paper inside, and I have another paper here outside. One and one. Here, my friends, here under of the sheet, we have here this white. Can you see the white? It's shampoo, like soap, like aloe vera, because it's the family of aloe. Then, feel it. Shampoo, yes or no? Like soap. And also, they use the tip of this leaf. You can see here, my friends, the tip. Because here we have a very important, what do you think, my friends? Needle. More tequila for you. You can see needle and thread. Needle and thread. Wow. And they painted all the fiber. They painted all the fiber with natural colors. Plants, roots, flowers in this case. This fiber contains a special liquid to keep permanent the color. Then nowadays, we use this fiber, but with a mix of cotton to make softer, and we make the blankets that you can see behind you. Well, my friends, in this case, it contains 50% the fiber from the plant with 50% cotton to make softer. When he moves the 4 petals, he moves 1,417 needles that we have here. He can make different styles, like 35 different. And in this case, you can see that the black is the base. But here in this box, he can use different colors. In this case, he's working with orange color. And he makes a blanket at 2 meters in 5 hours.
We are doing a tasting now. We've got pulque at the moment, which is made from agave.
Okay. Please, my friends, before that you drink, please you repeat with me with your cup. Arriba. Arriba. Abajo. Al centro, pa dentro. Salud. Drink. You have to drink all. What do you think? It's sweet, fresh, and natural. Please, my friends, give me your cups with my friends,
really
and
sweet.
please take a tequila. My friends,
That was
the
really good.
tequila
It's really refreshing,
is
the
from
pulque.
Jalisco. They take 7 years of good luck.
That's mezcal, and just based on smell, it is a lot stronger than tequila was just
My
now.
friends, here we drink mezcal, here we say different words. Please repeat with me. Para todo mal. Un mezcal. Para todo bien. Está bien. Y si no hay remedio, me chingo 1,5 litros. Okay. For everything bad, we have to drink mezcal. For everything good, also, we have to drink mezcal. If there is not remedy, then we have to drink 1.5 liters. Salud, chicos, salud.
We are now here at Teotihuacán, which was a pre-Aztec Mesoamerican city. Here we're about, I think, an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours outside of central Mexico City. The main part of the city was first founded in about 400 BC. The main construction, though, and the growth and expansion happened between 100 to 300 AD. So we're going to go in and have a look at some of the structures that were built in that period. So apparently the entire city at one point was painted this red color over top of a layer of stucco, but a lot of that's weathered off in the hundreds of years since. So there's sections here of what's remaining. Behind us here is the Pyramid of the Moon, which is the smaller of the two major pyramids here. I think our guide said it was about 43 meters tall, and it was built in 7 different levels, one stacked on top of the other. And I believe the major construction on this extended till about 400 AD. Sorry, go ahead.
We're at the top of the Moon Temple, or not at the top, but we're at the top that you can go to. Honestly, the hike up wasn't that hard if you're in shape. Every step is pretty much a big lunge.
Yeah, it was a good leg workout to come up here.
Yeah, I don't know if it comes across in camera, but
A lot of people were scrambling on their hands and feet, Luckily, we've been doing lots of leg workouts lately, so we were good. This is as high up on the Pyramid of the Moon as we can go, and it's actually the 3rd level of the 7 total. And then beyond this, it's all fenced off. Still, it's a pretty good view of the whole complex here.
Yeah, it is crazy busy up here. You could probably hear a lot of chatter in behind. There's a lot of tourists, and I think today is a slow day because it's a Monday, but it's also a holiday, so who knows? So now that we've done the moon pyramid, we're now walking down the Avenue of the Dead, down to the Sun Pyramid.
Just read a plaque over there. This is called the Avenue of the Dead because and I apologize, I don't know the name of them, but the local people here in the 16th century mistakenly thought that the ruins on either side were burial mounds. So they called this place a local word that translates as Avenue of the Dead. This is known as Mural de Puma, or Puma mural, and it is, as the name would suggest, a mural of a puma, and it is the largest found to date here in Teotihuacán. We've come down the Avenue of the Dead, and behind us now is the Pyramid of the Sun, which is the largest structure here. I believe our guide said 65 meters tall. And it was built in phases, reaching its largest size somewhere between 100 to 300 AD. It doesn't look that big, but when you come down to the base of it and you're looking up at it, yeah, it's massive. This is a lot of rock.
Way down that way,
south,
there is another temple. We are not going to have time to get to it.
No, and he did warn us as much. So we started at the Temple of the Moon to the north, headed to the Temple of the Sun, and then way down that way it's called Quetzalcoatl Temple, I think. Something along those lines. It's one of those words that's really hard for me to pronounce. Unfortunately, it is from where we're currently standing another 21-minute walk to get to that temple. And sadly, with the group tours, you don't get a lot of time here. So by the time we finished listening to the guide's spiel, we only had an hour and a half before we had to meet back at the exit gate to meet our bus. And that is 38 minutes from now, so 21 minutes there, probably 24 minutes back to the gate means we don't have enough time, sadly.
Yeah, I will not leave a link for this tour. I do not recommend it. You can get here by Uber. However, people have warned us, this is coming from locals, you have to hire them for the day because once you're here, getting an Uber back is next to impossible.
Potentially problematic, as well as the fact that depending on where in the complex you are, you may or may not have proper cell reception, so you may not even have a signal to be able to call an Uber. And I'm not sure about taxis. I didn't actually see any taxis out there, so yeah, getting home is potentially the problem if you come by Uber.
Yeah, so I don't know how to recommend this place. I would say get a group of people together, hire a car, and come and just have them stay for the day.
Or if you rent a car, that'd be good too.
Yeah.
Come and do a day trip yourself.
Underwhelming for us because we didn't get enough time to take in the temples, but it is absolutely gorgeous and highly recommended.
Agreed.
A few things to note. The ground is even when you're walking down the Avenue of the Dead, but beyond that, it's pretty uneven and the stairs are extremely steep. So if you have any mobility issues, this is going to be a challenge. super random. We just saw a groundhog, and super fitting because it is Groundhog Day. That's awesome.
So interesting tidbit, I was just reading the sign there about the Pyramid of the Sun, and they don't actually know which deity it was dedicated to, or if it was dedicated to the sun. It's just a guess, might have been both, but they don't actually know. We've now stopped at a local restaurant for lunch. Part of the tour, one of the options was a buffet lunch, but it was actually rather expensive. It was about 50 Canadian dollars per person to have the buffet lunch included. Cory and I opted not to do that, so we're just ordering a la carte instead.
It's almost exactly 9 hours later, and we're back where we began. We were just dropped off by the tour bus. We didn't actually film our meal because it was really loud in there. There was some performances by the staff there, and also we were chatting with some new friends that we made. And then yeah, an uneventful hour and like 15-minute bus ride back, and that is it. So what did you think of the day?
I liked it. It was a good day. I wish there was a little bit more time at the pyramids, but other than that, I would say the tour was pretty decent.
Agreed. Yeah, more time there would have been good, so we could have seen more of it. But it is what it is. That's what happens when you do a tour, organized tour like that. You do sacrifice some things. But anyways, yeah, that's pretty much it for today. We're gonna call it here. Thanks for joining us on our day trip out to Teotihuacán. We hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit the thumbs up, give us a like, and make sure you subscribe.
And join us in our other videos for more adventures. Until then, stay curious.